if I copy my part, go to a new bank and paste it. All right, hey there everyone. This is me with my octatrack here. I've been using this now for a number of years, and yeah, essentially it's my centerpiece to everything that I do. Without it, I'd be lost or looking for something else to try and do what this thing does, but probably end up having 4 boxes just for sequencing. But yeah, this is really my MIDI clock, effects processing, even a cue mix. I can listen to stuff in advance, whether it's sounds inside the octatrack by going cue like that. That means it takes this track, which is a kick and snare, which you can listen to. So I don't know if you can hear that, but my headphones now have a kick and snare sound. Well, it's a sample called kick snare, but now I can take it out of there and now we can hear it in the main mix. So I can cue these things up before it comes to the main. But yeah, today is more focused on generative sequencing in the octatrack, and the thing I might do if I press play, nothing in the sequence, there's nothing in there at all. I can go to this track, which is my intellijel atlantix, and yeah, it's basically an awesome little mono synth. And if I just put in some notes, got an effect on here. I'll take it out of the main effects. So there we go. That's my bass sound. You know, I can turn this up a bit. There we go. But I want to bring that down so it's not, my voice is not interfering. Okay. Now there's a few different ways to do this. You know, you could obviously just go and change the notes in the sequence by using that transpose or the source here. For me, with my setups, I usually have my MIDI track set to a scale to go and do that and have a look at the scale. You know, I've got a channel set up for channel 2. Once you're in these, basically MIDI note setup, MIDI ARP setup, and there's LFOs and blah blah. But MIDI note setup, MIDI ARP setup, and I've set to C minor, which you can go and set to whatever scale you like. You can change the, you know, the value up and down a full octave of scales. But yeah, I'm not using the ARP, but this is like an always on transposition. So if we bring my bass back up, this transpose knob keeps everything in tune. I could do the same with these MIDI notes, but if there was parameter locks in there, these then wouldn't be affected. So for example, I go and I could turn that second note's always the same. The transpose knob, even if we had something saved there, it affects everything in the sequence, which is kind of cool. So now effectively I want to go and send an LFO, a MIDI LFO, because we're on the MIDI side of the octatrack now, to that transpose value. And so there's a few different things I've got set up here. I'm actually doing something really funky with sending, using a wave designer, LFO wave designer. I've actually got that set up as wave designer from track 1. It means I can transpose all tracks at the same time. but please wait, and I'll show that another time. I'm really just wanting to focus on sending a LFO, which I'm going to choose a random LFO. I'll choose a triangle because I'm going to get a consistent move of the, the transposition is going to be moving up and down, and I'm going to send it to the midi, to the arp transposition. And even though the arp is not on, if the arp was on, it would be getting a constant triggering. So I can use this external keyboard here. But yeah, I'm not doing that. So now if I press keys on the keyboard, they don't make a sequence run. But yeah, go to this page and we've got parameter arp transposition. I'd set to free. That's probably just going to mean realistically, you can try and set these speed and depth values to a more sort of in sync, version of the try and keep your LFOs in time. If you really want to have everything just sort of snapping and staying in time and kind of a repeatable pattern, if you choose hold, we should get a bit better that every single time a new trigger happens that it's going to sort of hold on that value instead of changing mid value. But another one is sync trig, which if I do sync, I do get confused about these trig things sometimes. I don't get too bogged down there because I end up getting the desired outcome, which is a sort of semi-randomized control here. But yeah, let's try with free first of all, and then as you can see, the depth is set to 0. That depth parameter there and speed parameter is the same here. So that's depth 1, speed 1, so LFO depth and speed 1. So if we press play, and as you can see, depth 3 set to full and depth 2 set to 0. I've got something else going on there, but depth 1 is like my LFO, which is going to be assigned to this arp transposition. Nothing's happening at the moment. As soon as I bring up depth 1, it's like Mary had a little lamb. But yeah, I can go in here and choose different waves. Quite repeating. It's interesting. You can change this multiplier, which is the rate at which it plays those back. It's never now getting further than the depth down. So if I do change this, it's still a little bit too pretty. Square, inverted square. So it's not really working, that one. In mind that you can still go back here and change this transposition. punk. That's pretty cool. Just for some movement here, how I'm going to do is my phone is going to block what I want to do. Just going to see if I can bring these up and not interfere with my angle. Okay. I'm just going to turn these down so I don't blow our system up here. Just my little trusty MFB 522 over here. So let's see if I can listen. I'm going to put like a techno beat behind this. This pattern up a bit because we just got like a okay. Whoops, gotta do the kick drum. I hope that was helpful. It all started from making a good bass line. I guess that is important. I haven't just tried to do any one of these demo videos in a long time, so this is me making a reluctant return. Reluctant? Triumphant. Whoops. Anyway, cheers.